Hello everyone, thank you for joining me again and welcome to any new viewers. This is To The Point English with Ben. I'm Ben and I'm going to start this video with a question and I want you to think about the answer. It's quite a simple question and it's, are you happy with your English level? Are you satisfied with where you are now? Now I know that sounds like an advertisement, right? That I'm going to sell you a course now, Road to Fluency in 3 weeks. But no, I'm not selling you anything in this video. It's a real question. And I think that maybe some of you, a few of you will have said yes. And that's great. You are happy with your English level. Good for you. Well done. But I know the vast majority of you will have said no. And that's human nature. I think that's quite normal in many aspects of life. We're generally always seeking to achieve more, to improve ourselves. And it's good. But I also think it's a pity because you've spent a lot of time, energy, and often money improving your English level. Now, of course, the most obvious solution to this problem is to improve your level, right? If you're dissatisfied, unhappy with your English level, then just work harder to improve your level, and then you will be happy, right? That's quite easy. But does it always work like that? I mean, you probably have a better level than you did 2 years ago, or 5 years ago, or 10 years ago. So probably the you of 5 years ago would think they would be happy with the you of now, with the level you have now of English. So that hasn't really worked. Just improving your level doesn't necessarily mean that you are more satisfied with your English level. And the reason for that is probably because you're a victim of something called the Arrival Fallacy. And the Arrival Fallacy is a false belief that when we reach a destination, that means we will be happy. When we reach our objectives and hit our goals, then we will be happy. And of course, this is true of life in general, in many aspects of life. People believe that when they get that promotion, they just need this promotion, then they will be happy. When they have a certain amount of money in the bank, then they will be happy. When they get the nice car that they've always wanted, then they will be happy. When they have a bigger house, then they will be happy. And usually that's not the case, because when you achieve those objectives, maybe for a short period of time, you are satisfied, but it doesn't last very long. Now, of course, we're talking about your English level, your English progress. And I think it's particularly useful to think of it in this way regarding English, because learning English is a very slow process, right? It takes a long time and it can be frustrating because you perhaps never feel that you're quite reaching your objective. You're never really where you want to be. And that's one of the reasons that many people choose to take exams, to have these short-term objectives, something very clear to focus on, to aim for, and to motivate themselves. And that's fine. I think that's good. Again, I think it's human nature to want to continue improving. We have to push ourselves and motivate ourselves. But exams or any kind of short-term objectives should not be thought of as a destination. I think this is the key to the Arrival Fallacy. If there is no destination, there is no arrival, of course. So there is no fallacy. You will not be unhappy. You will not be continuously frustrated by your English level. So that's the solution. Of course, you should keep motivating yourself and keep improving. You can enjoy the process. You can focus on your progress day to day and not be obsessed by a final destination. And of course, you have to remember that basically everything is relative, right? Your English level now is relatively high compared to your English level of 5 years ago. Or maybe it's relatively low compared to your objectives or your goals in the next 5 years. I think it's also interesting to mention that the Arrival Fallacy is not only related to happiness, it can also be related to readiness. And for those of you who are taking or planning on taking an exam in the future, I think you can probably relate to this idea that when I reach this level, or when I do this, when I've prepared for 6 months, then I will be ready. But then you get to that point after 6 months of preparation and you still don't feel ready. In conclusion, stop focusing on the destination and start focusing on the process. Focus on the day-to-day progress, what you're doing now to continue improving your English level. Okay, thank you for joining me and I'll see you very soon for another video.